Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review Week 10 of the 2024-25 NBA season, as well as preview Round 11, or Week 11 rather, which kicks off tomorrow morning. But this week was a bit of a downer week compared to last week with the 1,014, which sounds alright, but was only good enough for the top 27%. And did see us drop down about 50 spots overall, so back outside the top 10%. If we have a look at the team, so our VC SGA was quite good with a 152. Daniels with a 49 was okay. Anthony on the bench with 32. We did miss out on a score from RJ Barrett, who was injured, and according to the latest report from ESPN, it says he's questionable for tomorrow's game. So obviously being Monday in the USA that they're referring to. So he's probably on the chopping block. Champagne though with 52 was okay. Jokic is our captain though, 204, which was fantastic. Tatum with the 106 was awesome. Johnson with the 22 was slightly down on average. And then Wemby with a 125 and Sarr with an 80 was a great return from him this week. And De Silva making us some cash on the bench there with the 43. Our other cheapies just ticking along. So I might have to have a look. I think Atlanta didn't do so good. Well, they had 3 games. They should have probably done better. Maybe the 2 games back-to-back, day after day, was a bit of an issue potentially. But that's all right. In terms of the head-to-head, so got a win over the Eggs, so I'm very happy with that given how well Michael has gone a lot of times this season. So having a look, so got Mitchell in as an emergency alongside Wells, so who missed out for him? Wagner and McCain, so might have left the platform for a bit. But yeah, Giannis ton up. Towns with a 176 is fantastic. So obviously, you know, him or Wemby would be nice. Ideally, I think both going forward. Other than that, nothing too much to write home about. But some good scores in the league. The best one being the 1190 from Reno's Rockets. So Maxey with an 86, Brunson 69, had SGA, played De Silva, Steph with a 78, but then had Jokic, Towns, Tatum as well. So some good solid scoring there. So I guess Maxey and Curry, those sorts of guys were the difference makers there compared to what I had. 11-11 as well from ChatGPT, so a high scoring matchup. Bit stiff, that would have beaten anyone else this week. But Reeves with a 104, what's his story? That's pretty cheap to get a ton on, so you'd love to see that. And there's some big scorers there as well. I guess in terms of other good scores this week, so we've seen the big 3. Sabonis with a 131, LeBron 125, Davis 123, Jarrett Allen at a 119 is pretty handy at the price. Josh Hart with a 118, so it would be nice to have him over RJ Barrett, for example. Westbrook looking alright considering the cheapness. McCollum, I think he used to play in the NBL here in Australia, but 111 from him is a nice result. Malik Monk with an 100, so I think we tipped him out last week, which turned out to be a bit of a mistake. Reeves we hit on before. Trey Murphy the 3rd, cheap, getting a ton. A couple other tons there as well. So, but looking at that, everyone over 10 mil. Sarr looks like the next best there at 9 mil. So in terms of cheapies, not sure we'll get a lot. Kal-El Ware with the 62 this week as a cheap centre. I think Edie's still going okay. Lyles with an 80-point return. Pretty handy, -3 break even. So yeah, nothing too much really jumps out and says pick me there. So we'll have to just see what we can do with what we've got. So in terms of this week, we won't muck around. We probably will trade out Barrett. Really need our cheapies to start doing a bit. But I guess we'll also look at the draw to see if there's any teams that we should jump on. So Phoenix with 5. So that's definitely a team to target. Although we'll just be mindful, what do they got next week? 3, so not so bad. Oop, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, week 11. So yeah, so Phoenix Suns. So we'll see who we can get from there. Yeah, it's too early to look at trade-ins and trade-outs, but I might have a sneaky look tomorrow morning just to see what everyone's doing in regards to cheapies, because I really don't have the strongest idea on that. I guess with his average of 29, it's decent, but maybe we can chop up Johnson's money potentially. We'll see. So if we have a look at Phoenix, so Devin Booker would be a straight swap, although we can't quite afford him. What if we swing positions around? Does anyone else jump up? Not at point guard. Kevin Durant, so he's the main man there. And so we still would need a couple of mil to get to him. So again, this could be an argument for trading out a Johnson, perhaps. What's Atlanta got on the next couple of weeks? So they've only got 3 this week. Only got 3 next week, so not the strongest schedule. So let's do that. Bring in Kevin Durant. I'll see if anyone else up here. Not really. So I guess Booker would be the other one, and we're just shy. So we could do it with a third trade. So we'll put it in, switch on projections, have a look. So I guess the cheapie is projected sort of to score the same to Silver. So maybe Jeffrey's projected to go well under his break even. So kind of works as well, I suppose, given the positioning. And we'll go back to break evens. So we don't want the clear filters, and then maybe players we can afford only. So maybe if we slide to Silver, is there a power forward center maybe? Doesn't really look like it. Yeah, I don't really want to trade Champagne back because we then have to play one of the cheapies. It's not ideal. So wonder if we go by projections. So they have done projected the highest at 49 points. but his break even is 18. Like looking around, that's probably the best. Let's just do that. Triple Phoenix, lock it in. So I think, well, based on the projections, I think we still go the captaincy on Jokic, VC Durant. Everything else looks pretty solid, so I won't muck around. I'll just wrap the video up there. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NBA content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content. And other than that, we'll see you in the next one.